welcome back to my channel. So this video is literally totally different. No makeup, no hair. This is actually, well, close to a story time because it's about me, but it's something different. Like, I don't want to do the same videos everybody's doing. Like, I just want to be different. I want to be, I don't know. I just want to be me. There you go, me. From the title, you can see this is going to be my top 5 favorite movies and my top 5 TV shows of all time. Like, I've handpicked this, so I know what I chose. I just want you guys to get to know me a little bit more because I haven't done too many videos on like facts about me, stuff like that in a long time. So I want to get that out there. Some of my TV shows and movies might be what you like too. So if they are, comment below. You know, we might have some things in common, you know. Let's start off with movies. So the first movie, my number 5, one of my favorite movies, Queen of the Damned. I think it's Aaliyah's in it, obviously, but I think the male actor, his name is Stuart Townsend. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I think that's his name. But that's one of my favorite movies to this day. Like, I know the whole, not the whole movie, but I know, like, you know that scene where he's performing at a concert and she just swoops down and, you know, drags him and take him somewhere. Like, when they stop and they're talking, like, I know the whole thing. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Like, I didn't like how all of them, like, she literally got jumped at the end of that movie. Like, did you see that, Queen of the Damned? Like, she literally got jumped by everybody. Like, everybody jumped her. And that other girl was pissing me off. You know, the one that kept going around looking for vampires and stuff. Like, oh, sit down somewhere. Like, her mentor was telling her to sit down, like, stop searching for stuff. But then when she went to that club, her ass got scared. And then, you know, I love that movie. Like, it's one of my favorite go-tos all the time. Like, I love it so much. Yeah, if you ever seen that movie before, let me know, because that movie is lit. Like, man, if she was still alive, there probably would have been a Queen of the Damned too. Like, she would have came back and stuff. Like, ever since I saw that movie, vampires just been my thing. Like, I don't care what nobody say. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I like my vampires. I love movies with vampires. So number 4, and this might be weird coming from a girl like me, but the fourth one of the movies that I like as number 4 is Troy. I don't know if you ever seen Troy, but it is a modern version of the Trojan of War. And if you don't know what the Trojan of War is, it is the war between the Greeks and the Greeks and the Trojans, I guess. Greeks and Trojans, yeah, whatever. They call it the Troy of Helen because all of this started because of some woman. Like, between Eve and that woman in the Bible that, I forgot her name, but the Lord told her, don't turn around and you're going to turn to a pillar of salt. You know, when I guess the town had burnt down and God told them to leave, and then she turned around, turned into a pillar of salt. Like, between her, Eve, and this girl, like, that is the main reason why women are just put up in the box, because this started way before us. Like, technically, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It was them. Like, we didn't eat the apple. We didn't turn around. You know what I'm saying? We didn't run off with a prince. If you ever seen the movie, it is with Brad Pitt, one of the finest actors in the world. I don't know all of the actors' names by name, but I know the girl that plays Briseis, the one that they kidnap and then she's sleeping up in Brad Pitt's room and stuff. She's the wife in the movie, in the scary movies Insidious. So if you don't know, you'll see her and you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, that's the same girl. But yeah, I definitely love the movie. You know, it was good to see how, like, I always told myself, if I could go back in time to a certain era, it would be in the Greeks, because I just love, like, I don't know, the Troy movie is just different for me. And it's probably not the same for other people. They're like, girl, you watch Troy? Yes. Like, you have to watch movies, because sometimes some people don't sit through documentaries. I do. And it gives you a sense of how things were before we were here. Like there's actually land in Germany that people are walking on right now where they fought years and years ago. Troy, that's the movie, you know? The saddest scene for me was when Hector thought he was fighting, what's his name? Achilles, and it was his little cousin. That was crazy. Like when he slit his throat, I was like, oh God. But when I was watching the movie for the first time, I always have a sense of like premonition. Like for me, it's like I feel like for Achilles to be such a good killer, there's no way Hector killed him that quick. Like, no, that gotta be somebody else. And then it was. So I'm just like, yeah, the movies is not gonna mess us up like that. There's always a turning point somewhere. Like I was trying to figure out through all these years, like how was they walking around with no drawers on? Just like skirts and stuff. But you have to watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a good movie. So my number 3 is The Ring. That's one of my favorite scary movies of all time. If you haven't seen The Ring, you're bugging. So this typical night, my mom decided, she's like, come watch this movie with me. Come watch this movie. I'm like, what movie? It's like 10 o'clock at night. And this was around the time movies was on VHS. So I don't remember how old I was, but she bought this movie and she put it on for me. And the way the VHS tapes was playing, it played the infamous videotape and then the fake phone rings in the movie. And then the movie starts. So I'm like, what the hell is this? That movie scared the hell out of me. Like after I watched that movie for the first time, it scared the hell out of me. I was so freaking scared. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was so scared. Like I wouldn't open no closet because I was scared some girl was sitting there with a face, you know what I'm saying? Like I was so scared of that movie. I really was. But I still watch it to this day. When they came out with Ring 2, that got me tight. Because I was like, some movies need to just be left alone. And then when they came out with Rings, I'm like, all right, so now everybody know about the tape. Like, it's corny now. You feel what I'm saying? But the second one was, I would say it was okay, but I prefer the first one. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen The Ring, but it's a good movie. I really wish they would make a modern one, like a new one, because the way they make movies nowadays are like insane. So I'm hoping that maybe they would try to do one, but like with the family thing, but more like a teenager stuff. Like if The Ring was like with teenagers and they was just trying to figure out how not to die, that would have been fire. That would be fire. Coming up, number 2, it's called, well, it's called O, but it might come up as Othello in a different, like if you look up the movie or something. Because when I look it up on HBO Max, it says Othello. If you haven't seen it before, it is a good movie. When I tell you it's good, it's good. So everybody knows Desdemona, Othello, the play that you read when you was in middle school. Caesar, all of that stuff, Brutus, all that stuff. This movie is basically like that, but it's a modern version of it. The movie is basically about this young guy that is on a basketball team and his father coaches the basketball team, but he doesn't get the recognition that he wants from his father. His father gives the recognition to O, and that's the star player of the basketball team. And he gets MVP of the year. And when his father, his name in the movie, I think his name in the movie is Hugo, yeah. He's sitting down and he's watching his dad, present O with the MVP award. So he ends up, his father, the coach, ends up saying, I love this guy like he's my own son. And I think that triggered him a little bit, like, what? I think that triggered everything that was going on with him. So he basically just starts doing like vindictive stuff. Like he just starts, trying to get people to break up O and his girlfriend, from stealing clothes, playing it somewhere. Like, it was just a real life jealousy movie. With all the different jealousy movies that we have out here, I feel like O is like the best when it comes to showing you how far someone will go because they're jealous of, somebody around him. If you want to watch that movie, go on HBO Max and watch it. It's called O. Just type in O, or you could type in Othello and it'll pop up. But it's a good movie. You definitely gotta check it out. And for my number one movie, if you know me, you know this is my favorite movie of all time. Bring It On. The first one is my favorite movie. I know the whole song in the beginning. I used to try to do the dance routine from the Clovers and at the end when they all performed and everything. Bring It On is my all-time favorite. I love Bring It On for so many reasons, like I really do. But I think one of my favorite scenes from that movie is the remember when Starsky came to teach them how to dance and stuff, and he was, you know, dancing with them and everything, and then when they get to the regionals, somebody already had that same routine. That killed me. I was like, Sparky Kalash, is that his name? Sparky Kalastri? I don't know. Bring It On is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I watched that movie over and over and over again. I have it down there in my movie collection. I have Bring It On 2 is okay. I really didn't like it too much because I was just like, Bring It On All or Nothing. That was a good movie too. After that, I haven't watched any of the Bring It Ons. After All or Nothing, I didn't watch the one with Christina Milian. I didn't watch any of that. Like, now y'all dragging it. Now y'all doing too much. Like, leave the movie alone. That's it. Those are my favorite movies. So, switching to TV shows. My number 5 TV show, my go-to TV show that I love to watch. Don't judge me, y'all. I watch a lot of documentaries because I just love to watch documentaries. Like, that's my thing. One of my favorite TV shows is Deadly Women. I know it's weird. You can judge me all you want, but I'm fascinated by the TV show because it's crazy to see. Like, you always known men to be killers, but a woman is crazy. And I've seen Deadly Women episodes that killed me. Like, I was just like, you killed him for that? The only Deadly Women episode I don't like is the ones that be from like 1800 and stuff. Like, you got away with so much murder back in the day. Like, it wasn't even funny. Like, people was killing each other with arsenic. People was doing the most. So it's like, you was able to get away with stuff back in the day because there was no technology. There was no real police FBI work. Like, you do something today, the cops already know. And then you get locked up like 10 seconds later. Like, that's how fast technology is today. But as far as back in the 80s, like, obviously they got away with that. Yeah, I love it because it just like, it gives you an insight of, you know, what happened to people, what they did in their life, like what turned them into a deadly woman. That's one of my favorite TV shows. Like, I love to watch it. Like I said, documentaries are a real thing, yo. And it's best to watch them. Like, if you want to know what stuff happened before you was here, documentaries, like, it's real. Number 4, Orange is the New Black. If you know that TV show, if you don't, you're crazy. Like, you are living under a rock, under the soil, all the way down to the roots, all the way down to the core, and you almost touching outer space. That didn't make sense. But yeah, that's where you at if you don't know what Orange is the New Black is. Like, you're bugging. I've seen all 7, 8 seasons. I think it's 8 or 7. One of them. I don't know. I think it's 7 or 8. One of them. I don't know if you guys felt like it, but watching Orange is the New Black is kind of like being there in a way. Like, it was so, I don't know. The creators of this show is just so lit. Like, I don't know how they did it, but I really did enjoy watching it. Like, my favorite character from that show was Alex. I know she snitched on Piper and all of that, but that's one of I wanted to be her for Halloween. Just walk around with my glasses and my hair down and a wing eyeliner and just, you know. I think the saddest scenes from that TV show was the scene where Maritza gets deported back to Colombia because her mom never told her that she wasn't a U.S. citizen. Like, that was crazy because now she had to go back to Colombia. I was like, oh my God. Obviously, when Red got dementia, that just really hit me, you know, seeing that episode and like she losing her mind. Like, she was forgetting people, forgetting ingredients and food. Like, it really went downhill. It was bad. Probably seen it, you know, it's still on Netflix. You better hurry up and go watch it before they take it off. The Orange is the New Black is definitely a show that I like and I watch all the time. Anybody that knows me, that knows I watch it, they be like, oh, you watch this all? Yes, I do. All the time. My number 3 favorite TV show, All American. I know it's new, but like I said, this is going to be a mix between old and new. I love All American. I'm not going to spoil anything for nobody, so don't worry about it, because I know some people are still watching All American, but I love that show. I don't know how, like, where they got these actors from. I'm like, where these actors and actresses come from? But I really did like it. You know, Taye Diggs is obviously a recognizable face that you've seen in movies like The Best Man, Brown Sugar. So it was good to see him in that. But I used to pass by it all the time on Netflix, like, what's that? And then I really got a chance to watch it, and it was really good. So I'm already on season 5. That's a good TV show that I like. I've been watching it, really, really like it. It really shows that side of California that people don't really get to see, because I don't know any TV shows that's filmed in California, not that I know of, but this is like a modern one, so you get to see the good side and the bad side, I guess, of California. It's definitely a good number 3 for me. One of my other favorite TV shows that I love to watch all the time is Sister Sister. Don't judge me, y'all. I still watch this show all the time. I've watched all 6 seasons of it. I love the show. It's on Netflix too. They put it on Netflix. They put it on Hulu, but I don't got time for commercials. The good thing about Sister Sister is that you get to see them actually really grow up. Like, if you watch the first episode compared to the last episode, you can see how much they grew and everything. And I just love the fact that they were able to still continue their careers and be other actors, because a lot of people that do TV shows as kids, they get stuck with that title of what they used to be, what they used to play. But that's definitely a go-to show for me, because Lisa is so funny. It's a good TV show. If you haven't seen it, you probably have. It's old as hell, but it's still good to watch it, especially if you're into that kind of TV, if you're into that kind of genre of TV. So it's good for that. For the number 1 spot, if y'all know me, y'all already know what my favorite TV show is. Like, I could watch it all seasons over and over and over again and not get tired. Vampire Diaries. That's my favorite TV show in the whole wide world. And that's the one I was talking about that they took off of Netflix. Like, who told y'all to take that off? But they put it on HBO Max. So I went and got HBO Max, because y'all not about to sit here and be doing that with my TV show. Like, that's not happening. I love Vampire Diaries. I first started watching it, they only had 3 seasons on Netflix. And then the 4th season was already out, but they didn't have it on Netflix, because you know how they put a season out on Netflix, but you won't get the next season until the next season airs and finishes on TV. And once it finishes, they put it on Netflix. I was watching season 4 from like websites and stuff, and trying to see, like, because season 3 left me hanging, like, okay, does she die? Does she live? What the hell? I just started to wait and just watch the seasons on Netflix, all the way until they finished in season 8. Like I told y'all, I love my vampires. Like, I've always been into vampires TV shows, vampire movies. Like, that's my thing. The last episode, Epic, I was feeling epic. That was like, I feel like that was my favorite episode, because I just felt so bad. I felt so sad and cried when Stefan died, but it just was at some point where it was the end of the season, and they're not going to kill off Caroline, Bonnie, or somebody. It's going to be one of the Salvatore brothers. Like, I knew it for a fact. It's one of my favorite TV shows, and it's a binge watcher. Like, you're going to keep on watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it. Those are my favorite movies and TV shows that I love to watch all the time. Comment below if you guys seen any of the TV shows or movies that I said in this video, because we might, like I said, we might have some movies and TV shows in common. You never know. So let me know if you've seen those before. But I I wanted to do this video just so you guys can get to know me a little bit more and the stuff that I'm into, stuff that I like. And let me know if you want more videos like this. As always, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.